Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. We're going to be finishing out this week of non English vocals, looking at an extremely popular request. As far as this theme goes, it's actually a fairly under requested theme, which I think is one of the things that I like about it. And also, we're seeing a wide range of music rather than with our genre weeks, where we just kind of listen to, very similar music all week and more of seeing how that genre moves and expands and changes over time. So today we're going to be checking out Sigur Rós. I think I'm saying that right, but probably just a little too white. We have requests coming in from Calvin Mayer, Matthew Machu, Jonathan Henderson, Purgatory, Ryan Pattison, and Jonathan Olson. And it's really interesting. We have an overwhelming response of Untitled 8. The interesting thing is, though, the 2 times this was requested in YouTube comments, they both requested Gong, and the 4 times it was requested in Patreon, Untitled 8 was requested. So it's kind of interesting to see, how the 2, I guess, groups of requests were segmented right down the middle on that. Not sure why. That's just really interesting to see. So we're going to be doing Untitled 8 because it had 4 versus 2. The next time we check out Sigur Rós, though, we'll probably do Gong just because it is the other one that's requested and it has multiple requests. So let's get into this. I have no idea even what to expect. Yeah, beautiful stuff already. Those little slides do so much to add character to a rather simplistic line. And it's those little pieces that, like emotion. Gorgeous little build-up right here. I'm loving everything about what's going on. So we had a hyper-layered emotive intro leading to an extremely intimate vocal section. I don't know what's being said, but I'm getting extremely visceral response from this. It's like this melancholy longing. Really cool use of like tape scratching sounds. Just a moment ago, it kind of sounds like, I don't know, like ghosts in the song. Not supposed to be there, and it sounds digital, so they weren't there originally. Interesting choice in that snare hit. Dude, it seriously needs to move on. This is getting so tense. Thank you. All right. So that was a roller coaster. Like I said at the beginning, I was having a very uh, visceral reaction to it, and there were points when I felt like I was on the verge of tears. Like the song is this powerful, emotive display of emotions. um, it's just, jeez, man, the way that the different instruments layer the textures combine with each other, his the ways. Well, I say his. I don't even know. I'm not assuming anything. Okay, there. The way that they layer um, the notes to create these interesting tense chords. It is a fairly standard chord progression, but some of the chord choices in the progression lead to very tense sections before moments of release. But this whole song seems to be built around those moments of tension. We can feel it in the first, 3-4 minutes of the opening section with the way that they play with tension in the chord progressions, but then the entire build-up section. I said it close to the end. It's so slow of a build-up. And I was actually getting a little wary of it. I was like, okay, we've listened to this for a minute and a half now. It's very, sparse, uh, you know, lead bit with like a rhythm guitar and drums, and they're not changing. They're just kind of getting louder and louder and louder over minutes. Like it was such a slow build, but then those last, I don't know, the last four repetitions, it was just so tense. The volume was so high. There was starting to be some clipping, especially in the drumming. The drums are just getting to be played so loud that there's a little crackle to some of the more accented hits, and it's just like you can't take it anymore. It needs to release. You need to have that resolution, and when the song explodes, there's so much there. It's not even just the release of the tension. There's also this rage and this confusion in that, and I think it pulls very nicely from sort of what I called the melancholy longing of the beginning. I get the feeling that it's parts of it were like, okay, this is a little ghostly. Maybe it's a spirit that couldn't move on, and they have things they wish they could have done, and they're still tied to the mortal plane because of that. But I mean, the song changes meanings to me all throughout. But it all revolves around this core idea of wanting more and knowing you can't have more, and the kind of sadness that comes from that. And like I said, all of that kind of culminates in that explosion at the end where it's not so much a sadness anymore. It's rage that things can't change. Rage that you can't have or get what you need or want because of powers outside of your control. You're powerless about this, and all you can do is kind of scream. And yeah, it's just, this is a powerful song. And right there at the very end, as it was wrapping up, I decided to go check out the lyrics, and it doesn't have any. Assuming this is accurate, it says the untitled eighth song from the Bracket album is sung entirely in Vonelska. The language is a pleasant sounding gibberish made up by Sigur Rós to take the place of actual words. It appears in numerous songs by the band and every track on the Bracket album. It's genius and infuriating, and I'm a little sad that I can't have that closure of knowing what the singer creator wanted to tell in the lyrics, because the lyrics have no meaning. And it's kind of interesting how that loops back around. I don't know. This is something I'm gonna sit on for a while. I'm probably gonna have another listen to this, but I am impressed by the Sigur Rós. I can't believe I've never heard of them before. It's avant-garde art house music with a bit of like an indie flair to it. Um, and it seems like something I should have been introduced to in my life already. Uh, Actually, I am kind of interested. Let's see, is this new stuff? Nah, I mean, this came out in the early 2000s, 2002. Post rock, art rock, and ambient. Yeah, this is something that I should have been introduced, especially at that time. Well, early 2000s, maybe not. Late 2000s, though. Yeah, I'm actually very surprised that nobody I knew had run into this and introduced me to it. So I have a lot of catching up with this person slash band, and I want to thank everyone for suggesting this, and and for it dominating in the polls enough to be shown to me today, because a great mistake has been rectified. I am now aware of Sigur Rós, and I need to check out more. This is where you guys come in, though. Hit me up in the comments. Any information about the band or person, um, any other songs I should check out. Gong is up next, and I think I'm happy that we didn't check out Gong, because it might not have been in this made up language, which means it wanted to fit for the week. I didn't realize that that this group or person might not, or might sing in English on some songs. So yeah, that was actually really lucky on my part. And you guys can let me know about other tracks I should be checking out from them. And any information about the song, if there's any interviews about this specific song, because I am quite interested in the authorial intent about it. Like I said, I've pulled a lot of like separate stories based on a singular meaning from this song, and I wonder if that's more of a personal experience that I'm injecting into it, which is, what most interpretations are, and I'm wondering how that lines up with the intent that was behind it when it was created. So if you have any information like that, go ahead and hit me up in the comments. Also, let me know if you enjoyed this, if you didn't enjoy it, if it was a little too artsy for you or anything like that. Um, go ahead and let me know. While you guys are down there in the comments, you can like, subscribe, and ring the bell. All three of those things help out the channel immensely. And you can also check out my Twitter or my Patreon. Those links are in the description as well. And I will be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. UTC, with the second Patreon picks for the week. Sunday, we probably won't have any videos, and Monday is a little up in the air. I'm going to try to get recording done on Sunday for it, but my daughter starts online schooling on Monday, and I'm going to have to be present for that. I don't know how it's going to work. I can't imagine an 8-year-old is going to be self-motivated enough to direct themselves through online learning. I think that's going to be turning me into a bit of a full-time teacher, on top of full-time parent, on top of part-time YouTuber. So, yeah, I'm going to try real hard. Even if I have to record like 5 videos in a day just to make sure I have them done. I don't know. We will see. Tomorrow's going to be next week's going to be a weird trial week. But after next week, I will kind of know for certain what kind of time I have. And I don't want to promise anything, but there is a chance I might have to back down a little bit on the YouTube videos. I will keep everybody informed of any changes. Um, yeah, I'm not just gonna like randomly stop posting or anything like that. I will keep everybody informed about what's happening, but yeah, next week might be a little rough just because of that. Just kind of a warning. But like I said, I am going to try to keep at least a day ahead, and I might even record at night if I have to. It might be like pitch black behind me, but I'll still be listening to music and talking about it. So, yeah, alright. Until then, though, well, until tomorrow if you watch my Patreon picks. Otherwise, I'll see you on Monday. Until then, you guys stay safe and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you choose to watch my videos.